Hello and welcome to Simulation Soccer League. I'm Jiggly.
And I'm TVC.
And we are back here with the Division 1 Matchday.
Matchday 10. Zooming through this season so far, this season's going to be shorter than the last, but still 10 weeks
I was
long.
about to ask how many weeks are in a season at this point with the amount of teams that we have.
We have 8 at the top. It's a 7 round robin, so 14 games, and then the cup. But of course, only 14 games.
Fantastic. So we are way past the middle point then.
Yeah, every game's gonna matter here. That title race is so close. I think we will be starting out at the bottom though with AS Paris taking on Cairo City. Very important battle for relegation there.
So yeah, that's what we got. Is that going to be the first game or is it not?
I think it is going to be the first game. I say I think because I never want to commit to anything. I hate being wrong.
I'm always a fan of relegation battles more than like the fight for the top, because relegation, like, truly, like there's something beautiful in that.
Yeah, there's something just very primal about the fight to survive, right?
Yeah,
there's very much a story cinematic behind fighting for your career, fighting for your job.
Yeah, I just really like right now that the Cairo logo is very pixelated. We do not have a larger version of the Cairo logo. It may not look this way for you.
It's made out of tiny pyramids, I've been told.
Okay, yeah, that works. Like, yeah, the fight for survival is much more interesting than a fight for glory, because if you get up there and like you lose and you make your second place, it's like, oh, okay, I guess we're gonna keep playing next season. Meanwhile, relegation, if you lose, you go down. If you win, oh, you survive. That's great. There's always something interesting happening with a relegation battle.
Yeah, definitely no second places in relegation. It is up or down, and boy, am I familiar with that.
Yes, you were the first team that was relegated.
Yes, well, amongst the first, Inner London was the first team to lose a relegation playoff. So, there's that to our name. Maybe the only relegation playoff, honestly.
Well, we sped through the formations there, and I didn't get a full chance to look at them, but I think one of them was running a 4-4-2, which is nice, certainly.
I think it's Cairo. They're running a 4-2-4, though AS Paris are running a 4-1-4-1 with only the central striker up top.
We should be allowed to see the tactics that are handed in, just the formation. We don't need to see like the full tactic.
I would love that, and I think that sometimes it depends on the streamer. We do get that during the in-between screens, but I don't think our streamer today has that skin on, which is fine. I like the vanilla one, to be honest.
Yeah, here comes free kick up the right wing. Over to Bjorkas. And that header from... There's a lot of names on this team that I do not recognize from earlier in the season.
I don't think Cairo has made very many additions this season. They're pretty set with the squad they have, though Bori Barfleet you would probably recognize from Cairo.
Yep. It's Barfleet.
Barfleet, yes.
You did that last time.
I do it every time. Thank you for the reminder.
Oak up to the center, has a lane and takes the opposite direction, apparently. And Brishke carries it out.
Had all day, all night, and an open net there, and chose to shoot it into a defender's foot. Unfortunate there for Cairo. Good chance, though.
You got to send it into the right spot there.
Yeah, I feel like he rushed that shot just a little bit. You mentioned earlier that Everything matters when you're fighting for relegation, and these two teams are. So every shot matters. The pressure is absolutely on for them right now. So I can imagine the pressure going through Peter Oak right now.
Alistair, over the bar.
Oof, another chance goes begging for Esperi.
I feel like the big thing that we're seeing here is that Paris is cutting in a lot. Well, this is a quick okay. I'm not sure if that was the right decision for that shot.
I think he had more time, but at the same time, I'm sure they've been told by their coach, get balls on net.
Many have tried, few have won from that spot.
Honestly, I think we've seen one or two, like between the two of us, from just casting alone.
Oh, there's
like
one.
That.
Yeah. A great pass from Papadopoulos, and I want to see who loses their mark there. I mean, it's quite easy. Pelletier is very short.
I'm absolutely excited for the meme that'll come out of this. You absolutely got Pelletier.
Calvatore probably should have been paying attention to the top of the box there. Instead, pushes in outside. Well, pushes out.
I have a hard time blaming anybody there. I don't know who was supposed to man mark him, but he certainly looked open for days.
I don't think that was that. I mean, even if it's not man marking, even if it is man marking, that's a specific spot where you got to watch out for somebody in that corner. Especially if you've got the ball in the corner, you need to watch the elbow.
Absolutely. A good shooter can put that ball into a spot the goalkeeper can't ever get to, like that.
And Paris is now going to be content to hold on to the ball for a bit longer. Over to the left wing now. Again! But Horvat takes a bit of an extra touch. And that's going to be blocked by Bjorkas.
Perry today just kind of content to have those long shots from inside or outside the box just a little bit there. Not really working into that 6-yard today.
To deliver a pizza ball. Lost the ball over there. I hope that's the way that they wanted me to pronounce it.
Well, we will see if he can deliver his team a win today.
Don't make fun of a man's name. Pelletier. Can't get past two guys there. Well, gets past two guys there. But Oak's shot is very easily handled by the Heretic.
Now, I don't want to be a meme, but Cairo are very much getting overrun in this midfield.
I mean, Pelletier is just so small, it cuts through everyone. Brisky has a good look on net, but sends it over.
Esperi could easily be 3 up here.
You're not seeing much going forward from Cairo right now, but here's a chance. And I think that was saved off the line by Sparkle or something like that.
Cairo known to be dangerous off those corners, off the set pieces. That one is a good example.
We're getting Olays already. It delivered a pizza! Does not deliver the ball to Papadopoulos.
That was close, though. I thought that might have been a long shot, but no, Papadopoulos came in streaking late, almost caught it off guard.
Well, you got to watch those late runs. Pelletier over to Alistair. It's a bit too heavy. Somehow it gets over to Pelletier. It takes a shot from outside the box.
What a great look at the net Pelletier has had today. Most of it Esperi has had today.
Oh no, I can name a couple right now. I think from what we've seen from Alistair and Oak has been a bit disappointing And I think that's why we're not seeing too much attack on that left wing.
Yeah, but so long as they cycle the ball to Pelletier, I'm sure that Pelletier will be more than happy to try another 2 or 3 of those. Uh-oh.
A horrible mistake from Bartlett as Staines gets one back at the end of the first half there. That is rough.
As Bori Bartlett walks into the AS Perrier locker room, you can see his jerseys become untucked. What's that underneath? It's a Cairo City jersey!
That is a tough one there, bud.
After all this time? To which Bori will reply always, of course, because...
And you look at that, what was up there, that was 0.99 XG for Paris, which I would say is surprising, but at the same time, you look at the actual shots taken and they were terrible, most of them. So, like, Paris is putting together some good chances right now. The problem is that it's not quite as good as it could be.
I mean, they've had really good looks. I'll agree that the shots haven't looked the greatest other than Pellicet's under goal, but they've had really good looks.
To deliver a pizza ball. And that cross is... Okay, it's a goal kick. Looks more like a blocked cross, but we're going to call it a goal kick.
We'll see if Perrier can come out this half a little more clinical. Cairo's controlling the ball now.
That's one way to pass the ball. Brisky keeps it in. Nobody's there to take the header. Now there's Oak on the left wing. Is off to Sparkle. Takes their time there. And Horvat tries the shot. Not going to do it.
So I wonder if Perrier resigned to these longer shots because they cannot find a way into that box. I've watched them try a couple times on those crosses and it never finds anybody close.
No, I've seen them cutting into the box. I think they should be working on that because they found their way into the box. It's just the shooting when they get in the box is terrible.
That's fair, but I think the majority of the shots that I've seen have come from that edge of that box there, about 9-ish yards out.
I think the big issue right now for Cairo is that they're just not getting anything right now. Like, that goal was an absolute fluke.
Yeah, it was a gift. It was a gift from Bori to his former team, and we'll see if they can find another way to undo him. But otherwise...
Not even attempting that cross. That's bad. Papadopoulos.
Oh, that was a good tackle.
Still not getting anything. I'm seeing a bit too much of passing in the final third, which usually you think, oh yeah, passing in the final third is good, but it's more about passing percentage in the final third. Just making passes while you're in the final third just because, that's not a good thing. If you have a chance to make a run, make a run.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that patient, possessive play, especially from my team in London, where we'll hold the ball for about 20 minutes trying to figure out how to shoot it onto the net.
It's got to sign people and know how to shoot the ball.
Can confirm.
Filiqueta back to Nemec. Loses the ball. Okay, Nemec is back. Staines almost gets another one, but Bartlett's there.
I've been trying to sign you, Sada Pecora -S. I'm allowed to say that it's a contract obligation. Thank you. But a contract obligation should have been to score goals like that. That was unfortunate. Really good look, though. Again, getting really good looks is Perrier.
To Brisky. They're just moving their way out of the final third.
Yeah, that press from Cairo.
This is why you're in a relegation battle. Okay, Brisky's broken free. Sends the ball in, and there's no one there.
Cairo's been really good on the press today. They've just found a way to pressure AS Piri outside the box, keep them outside, keep them looking in.
I don't even think that's pressure. I think that's cowardice. I think that's cowardice from Paris.
I don't know if it is. I don't think it's a lack of effort. Certainly that wasn't. They've had a lot of those this game. They just haven't been able to find a way past Cairo's wall, which is, I mean, that's weird for me to say because I'm used to saying the opposite. Normally that defense is a sieve. Today it's been rock solid.
I mean, at this point, you look at the way that Paris has played. Sure, they should be winning, but at this point, it's almost better for them if they lose.
Well, I'm sure
you look at the way that's played. You see that midfield there for Paris as well. It's not quite as big as it should have been. And you see McAllister's stat there, and you see Oak. Like, this is a team that is not like that is not using the gifts that they've been given. There's some nice passing here. Alistair's been broken away. I'm going to see if they're going to actually get it to somebody. They pass it back to Oak. Ooh. And that's saved.
That was a great look by Oak there. Second of the match from him. This time gets the ball onto the net.
Free kick shot is barely saved by Bartlett.
I think he had time. I do think he had time. It was a great one-time effort, but I think he had time and space.
I think that in that particular moment, you want to catch the goalkeeper off guard. You don't have much time to do that. I don't think anybody expected the ball to pop out to him. Alistair. Pass does not make it to Papadopoulos.
That 1-2 just didn't pan out for them. And that's been the story of today's match for AS Piri. We'll see if they can find a way through here.
They keep trying to pass the ball, and, sometimes you got to stop passing and actually, do something. Alistair tries to get it to the center.
Papadopoulos with a massive save there.
At this point, maybe Papadopoulos just isn't strong enough in the middle.
He's definitely looked a little bit, well marked. He hasn't been quite open most of this game. He's had moments where he's had time on the ball, but Cairo has been quick to close that door on him.
I mean, you can give credit to Cairo, definitely. But there's just been too many opportunities and chances that Paris should have had, but they've passed their way out of. Or somebody's taken a very ill-advised shot. And you see right there, 1.72 XG. Mostly from one of those last chances.
Yeah, it's hard to say. The ratings will have us indicate that the AS Piri players played particularly well down the middle and the sides, but and at times it certainly looked like they had a lot of that possession in those areas. Unfortunate to not be able to finish a couple of their opportunities today, and that will come back to bite them in the butt. What will also come back to bite them in the butt is Bori Bartlett's gift to Cairo City.
Absolutely, that shouldn't have happened in the first place. And I mean, it's the general rule of thumb when you see something that stupid, always be prepared for some more stupidity to come afterwards. And I think that, it's very possible that we might have watched it, despite there definitely being plenty of season left. You just look at something like that and think, oh, that's it, isn't it?
Well, for Cairo and AS Piri, that is certainly it between the two of them. I don't think they'll play again this season, which means that's a very important result when we look at the end of the season. I think if either team goes down, they'll be looking at that result and thinking, well, if we won there, would the season be any different?
I think you can say it that way, but I mean, in a relegation battle, draw between the between the two teams isn't that much of an interesting result, so much as it's just a forfeit. Neither team gains any ground. Neither team does anything. I think definitely both teams should be feeling like they should have won this game, because Cairo was given the opportunity to take the upper hand on Paris and definitely showed some interest in it, but they weren't controlling the game the way they should have. And Paris should have won, and they just threw it away.
Yeah, no, and it's going to take until the end of the day to see whether or not it's going to come back to bite them. Seoul MFC is the other team in that relegation battle right now. They take on Tokyo SC at the end of the day, but until then, we're headed off to Athênai, to Greece.
Yeah, and we get up to my favorite team in the entire league. I'm biased. I will admit my bias here at this point. I just really think Sydney's neat. It's fun to have somebody involved in sim leagues to have a bias toward a team that they've never played for, nor do they really know anybody who's on the team. It's just, look at the way they play. So pretty.
I hope so. It certainly wasn't pretty against Hollywood. And I don't mean that in a mean or insulting sort of manner. I mean they got absolutely mollywopped by Hollywood last time out.
Well, how is the... Well, we talked about the relegation battle. I'm sure that Sydney is looking... Sydney is one of the teams that is sniffing around the top.
Yeah, unfortunately, after a loss to Hollywood last week, they do find themselves in third place. Hollywood in first with 22, Sydney in third with 19. So that loss a big deal to them. They'll be looking to bounce back today against Athênai, who are in fourth, currently on 19 points as well. So a potential slide on ensuing for Sydney if they do not win here. On the other side of the field, though, Athênai have had a really, really strong mid-season. They are, I think, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the last 5.
That's a quick tackle there, and that's definitely at least a yellow. That should have been a booking.
Very early on now, the refs are a little more lenient at the start of the game, I've noticed. We'll see if it continues.
Well, Levert with a quick chance here. Do they have friends? Joker! That's saved by problem. I'm going to apologize for being a bit quieter, because the moment we started, I just started feeling, oh no, allergies in my room for some reason. And turning on the air cleaner would be way too loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you allergic to?
Everything, apparently.
You know what?
Mildly
Fair.
allergic to everything.
The only thing I'm allergic to is responsibility.
I'm allergic to watching JoJo's. There's Bakura. They still have the ball, though. Yep, there it is. Costanza takes it up. Thought he was going to lay it off to someone, and Lang Kwai's shot just goes off the post and out. Had a perfect opening.
Doesn't miss those very often, chooses to go to the lower side of the post this time instead of roofing it. Probably not the right decision there, unfortunate for him.
I don't think that was saved. I think that was still off the post. So, I mean, either way, that's hitting the post and out.
Yeah, I think if he put it up, he would have hit the crossbar inside post and in, instead of the outside.
Press sends it forward. 44 sends it up to Havoc. Saved by Anderson.
That's another man who's 20-20 so far this match. 21 minutes into our game, Anderson is perfect on the day.
Sure.
Yeah, quick game. Not to be unexpected from Athênai. Through their history, they've been known to be a little more defensive. Though, as of late, have really stepped up offensively in a 4-2-3-1. Should be clicking a little bit better than they are today. But Sydney City in a 4-3-3 really able to neutralize them.
You ever notice that that athlete's name is possibly spelled wrong?
Oh, it's intentionally spelled wrong.
Fantastic. Well, with I mean, you mentioned that Athênai is much more of a defensive team, and with Sydney being a more attacking team, that's obviously going to be a very rough thing to watch because Sydney's not going to be able to play the way that they want to.
Yeah, no, this is, I've been on the other end of this too. Athena is one of those teams where you throw the whatever you got in your hand at them and hope it works.
My grandfather's deck has no weak cards.
That's
halftime.
Honestly, a bit of a bore of a half, if I'm not gonna lie. Not
much happening here
for either team. Like I feel like we watched a few passing plays. That one shot from 44 on a partial break was the best looking chance at half.
I think Lane Kwai's chance was pretty good, but it went out.
Yeah, and that was very early on too. So.
And then I think Athênai had a good chance from Levert early on as well. And that was it.
So two chances for both sides, really, to speak for through 45. I think we're going to get 2 subs in from Sydney. I don't know if we're going to get any from Athênai. Pretty sure Nessie's coming off for Xhaka, which is good because she's on a yellow and made a very risky tackle inside the box earlier. And yeah, 2 subs coming in for Athênai as well.
Sure sends it forward. Gintonic. That's saved by Problem.
So that second sub for Sydney was Havoc on that left-hand side coming out of the game for Tim Possible. Levert coming out of the game for Athênai. That's a surprising change. Jeffrey King coming in. We'll see if he can fancy any better chances.
Pekra lays it in for Costanza. And that's pushed over the bar.
Now, I'm not one to tell people how to build their players, but George Costanza, you've had so many looks at the net.
44! Cleaning up there. I need to see who that ball came down off of because that was an Athênai player who knocked that down. Gintonic controlled the ball, but 44 got to it.
Yeah, unfortunate first touch from Gintonic, just a little too far out from his body, unable to control that, and 44 pounces on that like he does. It's our leading goal scorer.
Well, you don't really think of 44 as a poacher exactly. I mean, you would think of 44 as like an Inzaghi type, run after the ball, but I don't, or at least so on the shoulder of last defender, but not quite like fox in the box type.
No, I agree. I more consider him very prototypical advanced forward, someone who's quick and pacey, gets behind the defense often. But you're right, he doesn't find a lot of space in that box during organized play.
Costanza's shot is saved by Anderson.
I see he takes at least 2 or 3 of those a game, and he had some pretty good looks. I would pump some TPE into finishing if I were him because he's had some really good chances.
As somebody who doesn't think about this from that perspective, I just think, just don't take that shot, bud.
Costanza's he's the left back for Sydney. I think he's on an inverted role. We see him cut into that midfield very often. He's really, really good.
Here's Hulkavoto. That pass does not make it up to Liang Kwai. Sydney's attack is usually about rushing that defense, catching them off guard. But with Athênai, they're just like a full defensive block back there.
Yeah, we've seen it come out of Athênai a couple times. They've shown that they are more than content to sit back and absorb that pressure. We'll see if they can redirect any of it, though. They do need a goal here, at the very least.
Four is broken free, but not that free. The ball does remain in Athênai's end. Xhaka tries to put in a cross, and honestly, at that point, you might want to be thinking about taking a shot there.
I thought that was Liang Kai. I was ready for the golden goal, and it was Xhaka who put a cross into the keeper's chest.
Fun fact for everyone: every single time Sydney plays, I pull up the video of Pekara. Possible shot hits the post. I have to make sure that I have the words pulled up for whenever that goal happens. Someday it will happen while I'm calling a game.
Right. I feel like Pecora scores fairly often whenever our co-caster Sarah Posting is on, but whenever you shoot cast, it doesn't happen quite frequently.
And I'm all prepared for it too.
Maybe you're preempting the caster curse.
Oh, you know, that's fine. It's not my player. Lane Kwai puts it forward for 44, is just saved, pushed over the bar.
Well, that was a really good save by Anderson. I thought that was going around Anderson. If he didn't get a hand to that, I was probably going in. Skims the bar there. We've seen Isagi score one or two of those on the free kick there. I think he's the only one.
Like there's more shots being taken, but not many that really seem to be interesting.
Desperation mode coming in for Athênai, I'm sure. 82 minutes in, they need a goal at the very least to tie the game. City looking for their insurance, so both teams looking to put something in the back of the net.
Looks like 44 may have been offside in that play, but they didn't call it. Okay. Freddie takes the ball forward. Lane Kwai up that right wing, pulls Lind away. Lind already, well, it's the 84th minute. Of course, like something would have happened on a yellow card.
I do hope one day we get to vote on who's the unluckiest player in the SSL, because my vote would absolutely go to Henrik Lind.
I was about to say, yeah, the one player that I'm sure, like, you know how apparently Catalunya thinks I hate them. I'm sure Lind thinks I hate him. And there's King with a goal for Athênai.
And Sydney City hate that.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, no, not if they're hoping to win this game. That brings us even 85 into the game here, and on the corner, no less. What a brilliant little header.
Freddie let him by, and Costanza didn't get up off the post. I mean, at that point, I mean, you know, you can cover the far post by covering that man.
Just such a weird breakdown in that play, though. It doesn't normally come off a head that way.
Well, Liang Kwai looking to put the ball in. That's a goal kick?
Yeah, he put that into the outside of the net. Unfortunate.
Looked like whatever that was, it was blocked.
Missed tackle there.
A long run from Hulkavoto ends with a Liang Kwai shot going very safely into Anderson's arms.
Anderson's been really good with the positioning today, not needing to make a lot of flashy saves. Had one or two, but
Lebovitz really almost with a quick chance there.
He's had the sticky hands today too, Anderson has.
And here comes one more chance here for King. Waiting for friends to show up. Gets tackled in the box.
And
they're going to give a penalty. Here comes Hellman up against Problem. Which way? Which way do you think? I think it goes left. And he does go left, and Problem guesses right too. Everyone in this building knew where he was going, but he could not get to it.
Everyone knew exactly where Helman was going to put that ball. Even Problem did, but Helman did such a good job. No way Problem was stopping that.
That's exactly where you want to put a shot.
Perfect place to put the pen and perfect place for Athênai in the lead with less than a minute to play.
They have stolen this game, honestly, because you've seen this entire game has just been Sydney trying to find a way around them. They did get past them once, but Athênai, things changed very quickly.
Yeah, they're going to make it 4 wins in 4 matches so far, and it's looking like going to be heartbreak for Sydney City here. They're going to go from title contention to being 6 points off the top with 4 games to play. And
that's it. A surprising comeback. That goal was in the 86th minute, and then the game winner was 93rd. Like, that is unfortunate for Sydney right there.
Yeah, smash and grab really for Athênai, and congratulations to them. They're very close to the title after a bit of a tough start to the season, I think.
And yeah, you can definitely see, I mean, most of this game, you can put that on, like, this is 22 shots, 12 of them were on target. 89% pass completion, 57% possession. Sydney was dominating this game, but they just couldn't actually get around Athênai, which is surprising when you look at how well the defense, how not well the defense looks in these ratings. I mean, that whole right side is not good there. Joker had an amazing game apparently, but
yeah, DD Yorker is one of the best players in that Sydney defense. Not the only good player, but one of the best.
You mean Athênai?
Athênai, I do mean Athênai.
And Anderson had a great game, and I mean that's how you win a game. And King with a very big impact off the bench there.
Yeah, absolutely. Came in to score that first goal, and then I think he earned that second pen.
Yeah, that was King who earned it. Like that. Hey, that's a top level player that you want on your team there.
Yeah, that's what you're looking at your sub there. Come into the game and make an impact, and what a splash he did.
And once again, close the page with the Pekara line.
Sagers. I do want to correct myself. That win does bring Athênai level with Catalunya and Sydney. Sydney will be ahead on goal difference, so it's unlikely Athênai are going to move up in the standings. We'll find out next. Catalunya taking on Hollywood. If Hollywood blow Catalunya out of the water, it could be a goal differential switch.
So who's second place then? Is that Catalunya? No,
that is Catalunya. Yes,
it is Catalunya. Okay.
Yeah, and they have an opportunity to jump into first if they beat Hollywood here.
The team I hate, right?
Catalunya or Hollywood? Both would be accurate. I love Hollywood's players. I love their coach. I love their fans. But
the idea of Hollywood.
I hate playing against Hollywood. They're so tough to play against. How do you stop? Well, all 3 of their strikers, I want to say, but they played with 0 strikers last match day.
Their logo is too big.
Hollywood or Catalunya?
You look at this image. Hollywood's logo is too big.
Well, I mean, they're flexing already. They've got the bigger shield than Catalunya, and that's how you send a message.
Have they won 5 titles?
I don't think either team has.
Exactly. Why do you have the stars, huh?
I think that represents the Hollywood, Walk of Fame, the stars.
I mean, there should be. I mean, they have won at least one title to my knowledge.
And they've won 2 cups. I know because I lost 2 of them to them.
So like you can have the star like that's what stars are supposed to mean on a badge. What are you doing? Skipping the line, Hollywood?
Well, I mean, 1 for the title, 1 for the cup, 3 for their strikers. Good enough.
As we head out there. Basic 4-2-3-1 for Catalunya. And
they kept the strikerless formation.
Okay. What is this?
It's a 4-3-3 strikerless.
I'm in pain.
Believe me, Sydney City are too. They lost 3-1 to that. Still wondering how they gave up 3 goals to a team with another striker. We'll see if Catalunya do any better here, or if Hollywood really is setting the new meta like they did with their 3-striker formation. We see a lot of Div 2 teams playing with that. Capstat in particular playing with 2 at the top at the very least. So we'll see if it sends off a new trend. I hope it does. I love seeing strikerless formation.
I hate so much.
They've given me so much joy. I don't know how they work. They just do, and I love it so much.
I want 5 defenders, no midfielders, and 5 strikers. That is the formation I want. But you can't do that in this game.
Well, we've come close.
I mean, yeah, you can have 3 strikers and then 2 attacking wingers, but...
I mean, we've certainly seen a couple 4-1-4-1 formations with 2 shadow strikers behind the regular striker.
Here comes Hollywood. No one in the box, but that's to be expected. With no strikers.
Yeah, they'll be better up the middle of the pitch. We'll see if they can work their way into it. Oh, Ricky Bobby. This is one of those a game. So let's see if he can put the next one in, or else I'm a liar.
You can just sense my rage.
You're mauling right now, my friend. I could not be more amused.
Jared sends it in. Ricky Bobby.
He didn't miss.
Off the bar. Off the crossbar there.
Is that a back heel or a back pass? Wasn't quite sure.
Well, they certainly have men in the box now. Restart the attack.
40 minutes into our game, and I know it says Catalunya has had more possession, but it certainly doesn't look like it.
I do not wish to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. Big trouble.
The run of play has not gone Catalunya's way, unfortunately. They've had a bit of a unfortunate start to the game.
Here comes Ricky Bobby.
Yep.
Shot saved by Gunnarsson.
So a defensive siege going on from Hollywood here. Catalunya under siege.
And Pudineska takes down Rising. That's going to be a yellow.
We'll see if they find a little more space now. Pudineska is such an important part of that Hollywood defense. Playing in the midfield, actually, but playing in that defensive midfield role. So he's really that first line of defense.
You know, I have nothing to say after seeing that. I am...
Yeah, after that Athênai game, that first half was a bit of a bore too.
No, not. I don't mean that way. I mean, after seeing Hollywood's formation and the way that they've lined up,
you cannot argue it's working. It's working. I don't know how, but it's working. They've looked really, really good. 2 changes coming in from Sydney. It's Catalunya. I think it's right winger McFloply's coming out, and I think it was Bernardo coming in.
I've done my usual vodka, but we ran out of it, so.
Which game did that run out in?
It ran out after the fire last night, but.
Unfortunate.
That doesn't get anywhere. Silva. There's way too much white in the box. You're not going to get anywhere there. There's way too much action in the box. Not enough room.
So interestingly enough, it's not that Hollywood are playing with a massive defensive formation. They are playing in a 4-3-3 with only that striker offset, right? But they look so much deeper in terms of defense.
Well, when technically speaking, you're playing with attacking midfielders, the game's going to think, oh, well, attacking midfielders should be back there.
Oh my God.
And that should have dipped under the bar, but it was offside.
Wow, that was almost a beautiful goal. I kind of wish that went in so we could be disappointed it was offside. Maybe with some pressure now is Catalunya.
Waiting for Hollywood to score so I can announce my resignation.
They had 3 last week. It'll come. Or not. I'm sure Catalunya is hoping it doesn't come. As a spectator, I love seeing
Tavernia, rising. That goes wide.
Not sure if Mojo Rising heard me. As a spectator, I love seeing goals.
At Catalunya attack, it is not looking good right now. You look at the ratings on the side there. And, I mean, you just look at the amount of white in the box. You're not getting anywhere past that.
Well, they've had chances. They've definitely turned it onto Scott Sterling a couple times this match. 9 shots in the direction of the net. Only 2 having to be saved by Sterling.
Oh, the whole team's up here now. That goes over the bar.
And that's what's impressed me about this Hollywood team so far, is their ability to go front to back so quickly. And it's not in terms of a hoofball situation. No, they'll bring the ball up very, very quickly through quick movement, quick dribbles, and quick passes.
And that shot is saved by Sterling, and less than 10 minutes left now.
Yeah, that was a really good chance from Catalunya. I'm not quite sure who had that look, but we'll probably want that back.
Rashford tries to play it forward. Jones moves out wide. Sends it in for Rashford, and that's saved by Gunnarsson.
Very nearly fell backwards into her own net there. Luckily didn't, though. And even on the day so far.
Here comes Jarvinen. Saved by Sterling.
Now I get to say it. Catalunya have had really good looks. They've had a few of them. And
just from what I can tell from the commentary down there, I just saw it flash. I think Catalunya had a goal called back.
Oh.
We didn't even see it. Come on, that was the most interesting thing. We didn't even see it.
Let's see. No, I don't see it. Normally we see it on the score sheet if they had a goal denied. So maybe.
Well, the FP was won by Catalunya, so they got that going for them.
Yeah, and they won the possession match. Honestly, they turned it on in that second half in a manner that they weren't existing in the first. You look at the XG map, and they had one chance that entire first half, and that second half was everything they had. So a good second half from them, but Hollywood able to hold them off. But not able
freaking
to really
headless
punish.
horseman over here. It mocks me.
It didn't work today, but it looked very pretty.
Freaking headless horseman. If they want to take that name as the name of their formation, I mean, take it.
We're 1 month away from the spooky month, so I hope we see some headless formations in October.
I'm not a fan of spooky month either, so I mean,
Are you a fan of anything fun, Jiggly? I'm teasing. You're commentating, aren't you? This is.
I mean, most of the things that I like aren't fun. Yeah.
That's fair. Everyone has a different version of fun. For example, today's not very fun for Sydney, but I'm sure it was very fun for the other team, the Athênai in particular, who will take a win over them and equal them in the standings now. A draw is actually what Catalunya probably needed, but didn't. I'm sure they would have taken the 3 points instead. But
I'm going to be honest. The way that you said things that are fun is, and I thought you were about to say our sponsor for the day. Like you went into that perfectly. I was just like, yeah, this is a YouTube video, right?
I wish we had ad reads to give, but unfortunately, the only thing that is getting paid through our streams is the referees.
We do pay the officials. We do, actually. Us specifically.
Yeah, out of our own pockets. And sometimes they just take our money and ignore us.
It's mostly just TVC because I don't have money. And Tokyo, once again, the right side team is pixelated.
It is Tokyo and Seoul. So this is the Asian Derby. I think this is the last time we'll see this matchup this season. So I don't quite recall the exact record, but Seoul will be looking for a win at home today. They are currently 7th in the table and in danger of relegation.
This is one of the derbies that's very weird recently, or it's always been weird, where I don't know what's going to happen with it. And this is a very, I can't think of like a real life derby that is like this, where it's just one team is like randomly worse, but somehow the worst team wins, or like there's like a huge gap between them, but somehow they're both equal on the day whenever they play against each other.
Hey, you know what? Catalunya lost to Cairo in the cup this year, so it
yeah, but like that's a rivalry that's I don't think about. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I hate Catalunya.
No, stop. That's a rivalry that's created by the players and fan base. It's not a geographical rivalry.
Rivalry, me versus Catalunya.
Fair. I mean, they say you choose your rivals. I would personally pick one of the teams closer to the bottom of the table, but you do you.
I mean, they chose me, I guess. I don't know.
You do not have to choose them.
Kaido? That shot saved by Kong.
Tokyo probably would have chosen to score there. It didn't look like that was an option for King Kong.
That's a wide open space there for Clements. Saved by Berger.
Two great saves from both keepers to start our game here. Seoul may have a few of those chances. They're playing in a 4-2-4 with 3 strikers.
I mean, Clements should have gotten a bit closer there before taking that shot.
Yeah, he did have a proclivity to rush those even when he was playing for Inter London. The striker known to take the shot, whether it was timely or not.
I'll take some questions from chat here. No. Okay.
Do we have a chat?
I answered the question from chat. I said no.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Well, the answer was no, but
yes.
Yes. You man carrying the ball forward.
So that's interesting. Okocha headed that on to absolutely no one when there should be 2 other players up there. There's 3 strikers. Where is everyone?
Shot is saved. I mean, we're seeing Tokyo being incredibly aggressive, and that's why we're seeing, like, I mean, honestly, just send it forward and just to have someone run onto it. I mean, a player that Seoul would really want right now is now retired Haru Kamayoe.
Or Owen 44, I'm sure.
Owen 44.
Right?
Just someone who can run onto that ball.
Yeah.
But Owen 44 was a former Tokyo player, so.
On the other side of this derby, Sairaj, I think, was a former Seoul forward. Back when they were at
Seoul.
Rio. It's interesting how that one panned out. Seoul probably not the happiest with that move now that they see the record that Raj has had against them.
Edo. Not much there. Well, there it is. Cairo.
Wow!
Banging it in up the top.
What venom on that shot. That took 3 or 4 different bounces. Absolutely in, though.
Confusing to tell if it was in. Because it is bouncing out.
I think we'll get a goal line there, yeah.
We got goal line technology that shows us nothing.
It's definitely not close enough for me to know for sure, but it certainly looked like that was the inside of the net. It was on before it bounced out. Oh my God!
Starts.
Apparently, it is the night of long shots.
It's not that much of a shot. That's top of the box. It's fine.
What a curl on it,
yeah.
I mentioned that he had scored a couple of free kicks earlier this season, looking very, very good on those curled shots.
You know, as I once heard, hold on, save. As I once heard in an anime, you know, as you get older, you start to appreciate a bit of a curve.
On the ball, yeah?
Yeah.
On the ball.
Roberto Carlos, very popular.
You know, I heard as David Beckham got a little bit older, his curl was a little more aggressive. And I'm not just talking about his hair.
I mean, I said Roberto Carlos. There's no way to go up from there. Hugh Mann is on. That's a man you can trust right there.
$45 past here, and I mean, Seoul have had looks. They've had those short breaks at the net, and they've definitely tested Berger once or twice, but I don't think the opportunities have been very good for them. They're very much playing on that second bounce off the hoof ball there. They'll poke it up to one of those forwards, and it'll take a bounce, and they're relying on someone to get on the end of that, but
yeah, and it's just not happening.
Or if it does happen, they're so close into the keeper that there's no real chance but to stuff it into them.
I mean, you got to think that there's room to go around. The unfortunate thing is just like, because it's simulation, you can't be like, oh yeah, just take this touch. You could have taken this touch. And well, I mean, that's just not how this works.
Well, I've yet to see a goalkeeper be nutmegged in a dribble. We'll see if it happens.
I've seen them nutmegged on a shot plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
Isagi gets it past Kong, and that's going to make it 3.
Oh, boy. Tokyo on a absolute tear, and that man right there, Isagi, getting all of the praise as he rightfully deserves. Very much a underpin to their title-winning season last year, and probably their man of the year. Underrated man of the year. Didn't have a lot of statistics, but was very, very good for them this year.
It's going to make it a 3-0 ball game. I said something earlier in the broadcast that
Well, we'll see if Seoul can find a way back now.
And I'm just not seeing it. We're going to see a few extra chances here, but
Yeah.
I just do not see any bite on them. And because you can't really do pep talks in this game.
So that was
Just
Noodle
not gonna happen.
on the right-hand side cutting in there. Noodle's not one of their 3 strikers, by the way. Playing on that right wing. Honestly,
Noodle has been one of their best has been quietly one of the better wing players in the league.
Yeah, I don't think he's moved very far from that wing position so far this season, and he's played really well despite the poor fortunes of Seoul. Sorry, I say poor fortunes. They're 3-2 in the last 5, 3 wins, 2 losses. They haven't been doing that poorly. Just today, they have not played well.
Rube up to Rise. And that's going to be blocked by Mertz, so that's going to be a corner.
Only 55 minutes of our game gone. Still 35 minutes to go. What?
Oh, it's a thing. There's a thing in chess where it's like, you know, you can make 2 moves and suddenly it's just, or in Monopoly too, where it's just a couple of moves and you've already lost and you're just waiting. So there's a coach a shot gone wide.
Nothing's gone Seoul's way today. That was the best looking chance for them.
You just look at it and you think, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, 3-0 down and you miss a shot like that, it certainly doesn't help, right? It's not helping the players feel any better about their chances. Maybe 1 or 2 more looks like that will come their way, but definitely got to be looking that one back at the tape.
Hogg moves it up the left wing. That's going to go over the bar. You know what? I don't think that we're going to see any more goals.
Well, JJ can change that. Very nearly does.
We're going to get a lot of close ones, I think, but we're not going to see any goals.
Well, Seoul do have 4 Inter-London players, former Inter-London players.
And what did they do the season prior?
Well, this season, Inter-London didn't score for about 6 games, so I'm wondering if it's just a curse on former London players. Darren Lockyer, handball. See, nothing's really gotten their way this match. Lockyer had a good opportunity to call on a handball there, and that did end up in the back of the net. Wouldn't have gone in if we had VAR. I don't think we did, though.
A shot wide.
Interestingly enough, I don't know what it takes to turn on VAR in a league for Football Manager.
I probably got to go into the database or something.
I think it's got to do with their reputation.
You could just pretend that we're the Bundesliga.
Budget Bundesliga, maybe?
Well, there's a goal from Hugh Mann, the first of the season, possibly the first of his career. And you know what? Once again, seems like a man you can trust. Just listen to that name, Hugh Mann.
I don't think it's the first of his career, but it's certainly the first of his season. And from a role he doesn't quite often play, he's playing as a striker on that left-hand side today, normally a left back.
I was wondering why it was so far forward than usual.
So maybe able to catch Tokyo off guard finally with that one. Caught a defender napping.
You got to use a defender to defeat defenders.
That was a really good chance for Noodle there. Second of the game for him that he could not put away, unfortunately. That it could be a very different game if he put that one away or even the one before. And for as deflated as Seoul looked earlier on in this game, they have certainly roared back to life.
Well, there goes another one.
Never mind. Skyraj answers immediately for Tokyo.
You see, this is why you got to be like me and always think something bad's gonna happen.
I watch for the good, including the good goals. This is a really good goal by Raj. Near post. He doesn't pick that one too often. And I can see why King was expecting that to go somewhere else. Not quite quick enough to get there.
And it looks like that's gonna do it for us here, as they're gonna get one cross in. And as soon as this ball is out of the final, yep, there it is. That's the whistle. Tokyo wins 4-1, and you know this is over.
Well, this game is over. What's not over is Seoul's battling. They are still stuck at the bottom of the table. A loss today with a goal difference of -3 means they are in some serious trouble. They now have a -14 goal difference on the year, the worst in our league so far. And if it comes down to it, AS Perry will have that advantage over them.
I don't know. I'm waiting for when we actually see the standings, if we do see the standings at the end of this game.
I think we will. But Isagi there, nearly able to come up with a hat-trick. A really good game by Cairo on that left-hand side as well for Tokyo. Overall, just played really well. To be honest, I'm not quite sure why Seoul got killed so hard on the wings. Could be that they're only running that left back on that left-hand side, and they're running a right back and a right winger, which leads to a little bit of the overload. But yeah, no, it didn't look very even keeled for them there.
And you know, overall, I think this week was kind of a rough one for watching.
Yeah, a lot of dry first halves, a lot of exciting second halves though.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that the end of that Athênai Sydney game was very interesting. And yeah, it looks like Catalunya makes their way up to second place. They're only 3 points. They're only 2 points back. Sydney is only 3 points back from Hollywood.
Yeah, so still a chance there. I was a little dramatic in calling the early death of Sydney City. I apologize. We haven't quite rolled over yet. Only 3 points off the top. So with 3 games left to play, lot on the line.
Definitely Paris has to be feeling. I mean, as I said at the beginning, I prefer talking about relegation battles than fighting for the title. I mean, you look at that. Paris has to be feeling terrible after that game. That was horrible.
A win for them would have pushed them into safety, and they would have the goal differential advantage over Seoul. They still have the goal differential advantage over Seoul, but right now sitting on 5 points as opposed to Seoul 6, so below them in the standings.
That's going to do it for us. Do you have anything that you want to get canceled for? Or?
All of my opinions. No, I'm joking. Please don't.
You know, you probably already have, but don't at me. I don't want to deal with anything. I'm Chigley.
And I'm TVC.
Thank you for watching Simulation Soccer League.